Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Act pursuant to Public Laws 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Item number 1, 2024 budget meeting dates and times. First meeting on 2/1/24, all emergency services, police, and DPW. Second meeting will be on 2/29/24.
We just need to determine what time.
What time do we do? 5 o'clock, don't we?
5.
And we do it at 5?
4:30, 5 o'clock. Yeah, 4:30 was last year. Other years we've done 5 o'clock.
Want to go 5?
Let's go 5.
Thank you.
And those two dates are fine with everyone?
Yeah.
Yep.
So I will have all the emergency services squads there, police there, DPW, and capital projects for the 2/1 meeting. If we need to call anybody back for 2/29, we will, and we'll set up additional meetings if need be, if we can't finalize it by 2/29.
Thank you. We don't need to do it. Second, request to post signage for the Fishhawks Annual Flea Market.
The Fishhawks organization is looking to post lawn signs around town to promote their annual flea market, which is taking place on Saturday, March 2nd. The signs will be posted from February 24th, and then they'll remove them within 24 hours after the event has ended, so they just need a motion to approve.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Item number 3, Girl Scouts permission to use Deer Head Lake parking lot.
I think this will be their third year where the Girl Scout troops are looking to use the Deer Head Lake parking lot for their Girl Scout cookie sales. So this will be every Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. between February 24th and April 14th. Can I have a motion to approve?
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes.
That's all I have.
Thank you, Amy.
Motion to adjourn?
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Adequate notice of this meeting has been given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act pursuant to the Public Laws of 1975. Said notice was advertised in the Asbury Park Press and the Beacon and was posted on the bulletin board showing the time and place of the meeting. Please rise for the salute to the flag and a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Item 1, Resolution 2024-56, authorizing the tax assessor to file assessor's appeals.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the tax assessor to file an assessor's appeal to correct certain errors made on assessments for the year 2024, and authorizing the tax assessor as agent in filing petition of appeals and rollback complaint forms.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Resolution 2024-57, establishing a service charge for the mailing of tax sale notices.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, establishing a service charge for the mailing of tax sale notices. This is for those that are on the tax sale. They are required to pay for all the costs that are incurred by the township for notifications and publications. So the charge is $25 per each one on the tax sale.
Move it. Second.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Resolution 2024-58, adopting a cash management plan for the year 2024.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, adopting a cash management plan for the year 2024. This is done annually. It's just the normal course of business.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Resolution 2024-59, accepting the retirements of various municipal employees.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, accepting the retirements of various municipal employees.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Resolution 2024-60, authorizing an executive of interlocal service agreement. Sorry.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing an interlocal service agreement with the County of Ocean for the Child Restraint Program Grant.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Resolution 2024-61, canceling certain tax debit and credit balances.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, canceling certain tax debit and credit balances under $10. The total for this is $82.14.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Resolution 2024-62, canceling taxes due to disabled veterans exemptions.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the tax collector to cancel 2023 taxes due on a property granted the 100% disabled veteran exemption and refund the resulting credit balance.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Resolution 2024-63, authorizing the refund of deposit monies.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the refund of deposits held for the use of municipal facilities.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Resolution 2024-64, authorizing the payment of township bills.
Resolution of the Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the payment of township bills. This is in the amount of $6,157,174.02.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Monthly reports.
For the month of December, the municipal clerk's office collected receipts in the amount of $10,274. The treasurer's, for the month of December, the road department collected receipts in the amount of $1,094 for recycling commodities and $2,835 for road opening permits, and truck parking was $100. Municipal court for the month of November collected receipts in the amount of $13,026.01. And the Community Development Department for the month of December collected receipts in the amount of $56,737. Motion to accept the reports is read.
Move. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to approve caucus meeting minutes of December 28th, 2023.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
December 28th, I have to abstain.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Motion to approve township meeting minutes of December 28th, 2023.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Abstain.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. Motion to approve township meeting minutes of January 1st, 2024.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Yes. Motion to approve raffle license applications for the Lacey Township High School Booster Association.
Move it.
Second.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes. All right. Happy New Year. Welcome, everyone. It's good to see all of you here. I'd like to read a statement that I'd like to read out to you so we can talk about this. The committee has stated that from the beginning that if the numbers don't work with the budget, we would not move forward with the application. At this time, we have decided not to submit an application to the state of New Jersey under the P3 litigation. We have analyzed this for months with JCI, and based on the state restrictions with the budget and this cap law, the affordability does not work within the 2% cap at this time. We will continue to explore variable options to address the need for more space and the indoor recreation center. But at this time, we will not be submitting a P3 application to the state. I'd like to further talk and just say that we have decided to handle our meetings with 5-minute intercures. If you'd like to come up and speak at the microphone, that's wonderful. But 5 minutes, your time is up. We'd like to give everybody an opportunity because people are saying they're not getting an opportunity because some people are up there too long or whatever. So we just want to please everybody. We want everybody to have an opportunity to speak to us and ask us any questions that they need to ask us. So at that time, I will open the floor to the public. Mr. Farley? Please state your name.
Steve Barl, Fork of River, New Jersey. Before I get started with my quick 5 minutes, does that include you
You'll be able
guys?
to come back, Mr. Barley, just so you know, if you don't get everything out that you need to
I
speak.
could come
to
back the
about,
same night.
You can come back up, okay?
Okay, fair enough.
Yes.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate you
Thank you very much.
for your new appointment as mayor of Lacey Township.
Thank you.
We, the people, hope that your appointment will result in a better understanding between our local government and its citizens, that the Lacey Township Committee will be more straightforward with its citizens on financial transparency, more detailed explanations on how and why our tax dollars are being spent. I am very pleased that you're making this announcement, but when you say it, is it tabled or could it come up again in the future? The new complex.
The new complex, well, we're not putting the new complex completely off the board, as they say. We're at this point right now, it's not feasible. So we decided to
Okay.
just step back from that.
Can I ask
okay?
you this, that when it does become feasible, will you have a public hearing and do it and notify us ahead of time instead of how we did it backwards, I believe, this time?
Yes, Mr. Barley, I will. You heard me before, when I wasn't in this position, I have said to you that we did things a little off the.
Yeah,
backwards,
I got to commend you. You're the only one out of everyone up there that actually admitted that it might have been done wrong.
Okay, okay.
And I appreciate that, and I'm glad that you said that.
Yes.
So I had a number of questions if the complex was going to continue, so I'm going to table that for now, and I wish the best of luck.
Thank you.
And I want to work with you people as much as I can.
Okay.
Anytime I come to this mic, it's about issues. It's got nothing to do with anyone's personality or any personal thing between me and any of you.
Okay.
Policy.
Appreciate
That's what I'm arguing.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to speak? Come on up.
Joe Fascioli. No address, right?
No.
Correct.
Peggy Sue, Mayor Giuliano, I just want to say congratulations.
Joe, I
We're very
appreciate
proud to have you, and we hope, as Steve said, we see a different agenda. Senator Connors? We're going to miss you.
Thank you.
Congratulations on your retirement. And thank you very much for this. I had a lot of questions too and some things to say, but I will also table my comments. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. Come on.
Hi, my name is Dan Krupinski. Nice to meet you, Mayor and Council. Congratulations on your new position.
Thank you.
I was actually a little bit nervous coming up here. I feel like I was making a presentation back in graduate school or something. I didn't think it was going to get me, but it did. Well, I grew up in Whiting. I'm born and bred here in Ocean County, and I moved to Lacey about 13 years. And like anybody who lives in a town and grows to appreciate it, you want it to be successful. And, so that's my interest in why I was looking into what the town was doing with the new municipal complex. I don't know whether to be happy that you guys are tabling it or not happy, because I really never got to understand the project in its entirety.
Okay.
To be able to say whether or not I was, and take my opinion and say whether I supported it or not, because it was really difficult to figure out what the project was going to entail, and I'm someone who realized that, it could have been a benefit. But it was very hard for us to evaluate it. I did write a letter to you guys. I emailed it about a month ago, and it's kind of moot now. But those were questions that I had at that time, and I can submit after my comments. I can submit that letter, to be part of the comments now in the public meeting. But in the middle of this, and I know we're tabling that project, I did see the proposal, the redacted proposal of what Johnson Controls had submitted, which, it had a curriculum vitae and it had, the front and back page. And, there wasn't really any substance in there. I mean, in my opinion, I guess the company sent that, but it's not really a redacted version of that document. It's an incomplete copy of it, because there's no way I could tell what the project was going to be. But one of the interesting things that I did find in there was that I was curious to see what the other subcontractors in there, DMR Associates and some of the other projects they had done in New Jersey, and just to see what the buildings they built in the project, because it was interesting to me. So I found DMR, they built a municipal building in Montgomery Township, which is a very nice town, and it was a partnership between the town municipal complex, and they put the library in there. And it was a $5 million, they got $5 million from the state's library account. I mean, obviously, it's a much different interest rate environment. They had a 30-year loan at 1 3/4%.
Difference.
But, I looked at that project, and the one thing I did want to read, and I think you guys would maybe find this interesting, and I think the public might, see that was an interesting. So it was a 62,000 square foot complex. I mean, it's big in Montgomery Township.
We went and visited that.
Yeah, was it nice?
We were there the day they cut the ribbon.
Anyway, so it looked beautiful. And, obviously the market's changed, materials, costs, I totally understand that. But what it said in their press release, it said, this 62,500 square foot municipal building center was created after a unique collaborative approach that included input from more than 200 residents, in addition to Montgomery Township and Somerset County officials, and embrace a contemporary style with spaces for community artwork and other historical and cultural importance. So if they can do that kind of approach to including the community, I think we can. And maybe you might have, in the absence of people understanding the need of the project, maybe the value of it, they, can sometimes be opposed to it. So I have an open mind, and I just want to know that I'm interested to hear what you guys are putting together when you do.
Okay.
So thank you very much.
Thank you for your comments.
Nice to
I
meet you all.
appreciate you coming
Take care.
up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public like to come up?
As long as I'm last, because I have to read this thing.
Come on.
Switching clothes.
Getting deep in the bullpen now.
You're usually the closer, I don't know. I don't know, Barry.
It's got to go up a little bit. Barry Bender, Lacey Township.
Thank you.
First of all, we've known each other for a long time. Congratulations, Mayor.
Thank you.
I have to
Appreciate
call you Mayor now.
it. Peggy's fine.
We've known each other for a long time. And Happy New Year to everyone. Just wanted to talk about the last couple of days. We've got issues with water because we're on the bay. And I think what really we need to look at is how we can help people who live, because we're a bayfront town. Our history is in the bay. We just don't want our homes to be in the bay. And I think that needs to be a priority above all others as far as things go in the town, because these are people's homes that some of them have been in for generations. And I think we need to make that a
We've
priority.
had some conversations, Barry.
Absolutely.
We're not
But
ignoring it.
this wasn't even that big of a storm, and every time it gets worse and worse. So it's something we need to address.
Appreciate it. But we
Thank you very
aren't-
much.
We aren't ignoring it, okay? Thanks, Barry. And you want to come? Come on.
My name is Marge Turner,
See if you-
and I want to congratulate you all.
Thank you, Marge.
What I do want to ask, though, is, at the point that we decided that we're not going to go through with this P3, did it cost the township of Lacey anything?
Well, I'll put this over to Mr. Kennis, because he's been in charge of this whole
I
project.
believe it's like 240,000.
Yeah, they're
Engineering and design fees.
Engineer-
just step one of that contract is what we're obligated for. They are gathering the invoices to submit them to us and gathering all their costs.
Okay. I thought that if we hadn't signed an agreement, it wasn't going to cost them anything. You need this lowered? Well, we short people need a little help.
Short but mighty, they say,
Yeah, listen,
I have that
it's got a
problem, too.
little package.
So anytime we, anytime any building goes on in town, whether we build it or not, you have to hire the engineer to do the work. And from time to time, plans don't get used, still have to pay the engineer. You told them to do the work.
Okay, so we went to stage one, and that's the fee that we paid?
But right now, that's where we're at a pause, I'll say.
Okay. In the meantime, you mentioned that the building here needs a lot of repairs and things need to be done. Are we going ahead with the repairs?
I can't go ahead with the repairs unless the governing body authorizes it during budget process. We don't have like an emergency fund that I can go and put in new windows or new roof. It has to be approved by the governing body at budget time. All of those things have been included in the budget process for years. So if they authorize me to bond for the money, we would then make those repairs over the course of, the months and years ahead.
Okay, and you would do it by funding a bond issue?
Yeah, we don't have, it like in our coffers to go and just
Okay,
borrow.
I was questioning how you would raise the money to do that.
Yeah, we would bond for the money to do that after we get estimates, and then you'd have to go out to bid, pay prevailing wage, unfortunately, to do all of those items.
Okay, all right, you answered my questions, thank you.
Thank you much. Anyone else from the public? Oh, wait, is this
No,
somebody
no,
else?
she's just, no.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's easy for me to hold it. Happy New Year to everyone, Lacey citizens, and our mayor and council. And I would like to first start off by congratulating our new mayor, Madam Mayor. That's how I will refer to you. So just to be upfront and transparent, so the public knows that we are on the hook for $243,000 for a project that did not move forward, plus $35,000 for a engineer's study, which that money could have been used to replace the windows in this building and other issues that we have. So, there are issues which Veronica has talked about, windows that need to be replaced and stuff. So I guess we could say that this was a failed waste of taxpayers' money. And also, a lot of people in our community got very upset about this, and hopefully through that also had something to do with the reasons why you pulled back on this. The other thing that I wanted to mention too is the meeting's being moved to 6 p.m. I don't know whose idea this was, but there are a lot of people in this town who work, and they don't get home till after 6 p.m. And they would like to be able to come to the meetings. We used to have these meetings at 7 p.m.
Right, well, I'll tell you, I'm the person who asked to have it changed to 6. My feeling is that most of us come home from work, and, to then come back out to a meeting at 7 o'clock, it's so much easier if we just come right from work and proceed with our next meeting of our job.
Right, but you live locally. There are a lot of people that work.
But we have a very good crowd here tonight for 6 o'clock.
Well, I think we
so-
would have had. No, it's not.
Okay, so before we go any further, I'm just going to say, there will be no talking from the audience, because this is why we have changed a lot of policy. We had at last meeting, 2 meetings ago, I should say, we had a lot of yelling out from the audience, and we have to get back to some kind of uniformity here. This is a meeting, and it has to be run properly. It's not going to be a free-for-all. Okay, so if you have something to say, you come to the microphone. There'll be no yelling or talking from the audience, okay? Just wanted to put that out there.
Okay.
Go right ahead.
So now I'm going to read a document that's been prepared for me to address to the government body and to the people of our town. And I'm going to give a copy to our mayor so that she has it for the record.
Thank you.
Okay, this has to do with the community hall. And I want the people in our community to understand how that property came to being part of our community, and the understanding of the gift that was given to our government body. Okay, so Charles A. Smith was born in 1845 in New York City. He landed up living here in Forked River. He actually landed up being an elder on the township government back in his day, between, I believe, 1882 and 1887. In 1915, Charles A. Smith wrote his will. In the 13th paragraph, he bequested $15,000 to Forked River to build a community hall in his name. The 22nd paragraph contains a bequeath revoke clause. August 30th, 1918, Charles A. Smith died in Forked River, New Jersey. September the 10th, 1918, the will of Charles Arthur Smith was filed and recorded at the Ocean County Surrogate, Book 15, page 21 through 52. The 13th, I give, devise, and bequeath the sum of $15,000 to George W. Rood, in trust, nevertheless, for the following purposes. The cost to be erected and maintained in the town of Forked River, New Jersey, a building to be known as the Charles A. Smith Memorial. The said building to be used for the benefit of the inhabitants of Forked River, New Jersey, for educational or social purposes. The erection and location of the said building to be left to his discretion. On September the 13th, 1924, Ocean County Deeds, Book 630, pages 496 and 497. Transferred from the grantor William H. Penn and wife to grantee George W. Rood, a deed of conveyance for consideration of $1 and other valuable considerations. The lot known as the former corner of Lacey Road and North Main Street, Lacey Township. 1924, the Charles A. Smith Memorial Association was founded. There were several trustees of this nonprofit. 1924, Mr. Holmes and Mr. Vernon Sutton were commissioned to construct the building for $9,005. On November 24th, 1925, the ground was broken. September 17th, 1926, Community Hall was completed. George W. Rood, trustee, issues a declaration of trust, filed September 26th, 1926. Ocean County Clerk, Book 717, page 42. For the use of the new building to the Charles A. Smith Memorial Committee, carrying out the intentions of the will of Charles Arthur Smith, 13th paragraph, which directs that it be used by the residents and inhabitants of Forked River for educational and social purposes. The deed was conveyed on September 26, 1926. The transfer from grantor George W. Rood, trustee, a deed of convenience for the consideration of $1. 1 acre and 128 thousandths of an acre. Said premises were so conveyed to me, and that I hold and will continue to hold the same in trust in accordance with the will of Charles Arthur Smith, dated August the 5th of 1915. The land and building was paid by me out of the trust fund mentioned in the will, and the title and the lands are held by me as trustee. 1930, George Rood dies. His wife, Margaret Louise Rood, becomes George W. Rood's executrix, in addition to guardian trustee of Margaret Carter Smith. The paragraph 21 of Charles A. Smith's will. On July 18, 1932, Ocean County Deeds, Books 924, pages 178 to 180. Transferred from grantor Margaret L. Rood, executrix of the estate of George W. Rood, trustee to Charles A. Smith Memorial Association, a deed of conveyance for consideration of $1 with the property forthsaid. October 1932, a will to William Rood for funds for maintenance and insurance. In 1932, responds that the executor of the estate, the New Jersey Title, Guarantee, and Trust Company, set up the trust fund for Mrs. Smith. Was the first charge against the estate. Other legacies had to be abated. He included an itemized accounting of the building costs, which were $10,467.39. November 1932, Rood responds that there was no money available to draw against for maintenance. So March 19, 1934, a resolution of conditions regarding Lacey Township receiving ownership. Minutes of the Charles A. Smith Memorial Association. The president, Alfred H. Grant, states that the object of the meeting was to consider a proposal made by the Township Committee of Lacey Township, representing the village of Forked River, to convey with the said township the premises known as Charles A. Smith Memorial Hall and property, with the understanding that this property will be put to and kept to the uses directed by Mr. Smith in his will, and appearing that this committee are without the necessary means of income to continue the said community hall, with accordance with the intent and spirit of the donor. Therefore, the following resolution is presented. Be it resolved that the proposal of Lacey Township be accepted, and the trustees of this organization be, and they are hereby directed, to make and execute to the Township Committee of Lacey Township a deed of conveyance of the said property, known as the Charles A. Smith Community Hall, with all rights of this corporation thereon, upon condition that the township perform all of the acts and duties required to be performed by the said Charles A. Smith under the provisions of his said last will and testament. Deed conveyed March 23rd, 1934, Book 955, pages 150 through 152. Transferred from grantor, Charles A. Smith Memorial Association, to grantee, the Township of Lacey, a deed of conveyance for consideration of $1. 1 acre and 128 thousandths of an acre. Sale includes land and the Charles A. Smith Community Hall, built in 1926. Ocean County Records, August 27th, 1937. A final payment was given to the township for $3,189.71 from Charles Estate of Charles A. Smith, New Jersey Title Grantee and Trust Company, to Township of Lacey, a result of the final distribution of Charles A. Smith's estate to beneficiaries upon the death of Margaret Carter Smith. October 24th, 1967, proclaimed Charles Arthur Smith Day by Lacey Mayor Walter Home. Original Charles A. Smith Memorial Hall dedication plaque was stolen May 31st, 1976. The Old Guard donates a new plaque, which was rededicated on Memorial Day of 1976. So, you want to sell this property, which was given to the town by an individual under the said agreement, and you basically are breaking this agreement, which was supposedly put there. The property was given for social and educational purposes for the citizens of our community, not to be sold for some private developer to build some other store on the corner there. I am saying, and I'm asking you again.
Peggy?
Yes,
Time's up.
just 1 minute, Mr. Bitnick. I was kind enough to allow you the entire time to read everything you needed to read. Is there a question you want to ask us in reference to this?
Yes, I want you to tell me, are you going to follow the instructions of the gift to this town, or are you going to break that proposal gift that you took and sell this property? Because that, to me, sounds like there could be a legal challenge.
The property has been sold. It is under contract. And it is our opinion that we've abided by the terms of the conveyance, the original conveyance.
And how did you do that, sir? By selling it?
Transferred the property and the signage of the building, instead of the community hall that's there now, we've redesignated the Charles Smith Community Hall at its location.
But that's not what it states.
That's your opinion, Mr. Bitnick, and we have an opinion from the title company, which has issued title insurance, that we've abided by all the requirements for transfer.
Okay, so then,
The Charles Smith estate gave $15,000 for a building that would be used for educational community purposes to be named the Charles Smith Building. We've abided by that.
but you didn't pay for that. It was
I answered
built.
your question. You can disagree with me.
Right, he built it, the estate
And
built
and if
it.
someone feels that it's not done properly, they can file an action in Superior Court,
Okay,
okay?
that's what I'm saying. You're basically setting yourself up now because a lot of research was done. All the deeds have been checked. We just read to you exactly the words from the will.
I'd like to make a motion to close the floor as the gentleman has exceeded his time.
Move it.
Second.
Second.
Thank you.
Motion to close the floor.
Move it.
Any other comments?
Second. No,
Committee comments.
committee comments.
Yes.
Well, close the floor.
Where are we?
The floor is closed. Deputy Mayor, please.
Thank you, Mayor.
I too want to wish everyone a Happy New Year, and I hope that I hope we all resolve to try to get along a little bit better this year. I appreciate people coming out. And on the advice of council and the mayor, we did change a couple of things this year after getting input from people that were here and people that weren't here. We don't want to take anyone's comment away, but there have been extended comments, and people, as the mayor has mentioned, felt like they had no time for comments because a lot of the time was co-opted. So we'll move together forward, and hopefully we'll resolve things.
That's a coward move, what you just did there. You're a coward. You really are.
Sir, you'll have to leave, sir.
Okay.
Mr. Curtoli?
Yeah,
Continue?
yeah, thank you. So, I mean, we said what we said. Things were getting a little bit unruly towards the last quarter of the year. But I don't think anyone was denied their opportunity to speak. And everyone had an opportunity to mail in comments, and many, many people did. How many comments did we receive on email forwarded by Administrator LeRae? So I don't think anyone could say that they didn't have forum. I just don't think that's accurate. So moving on, I wanted to, and the mayor will elaborate because it's her opportunity to elaborate. I want everyone in the town to know that the veterans now are moved into Station Road. I'll leave my comments at that. We have made provisions for them, for the Lacey Township Veterans Commission, vet work, and any veteran that needs help can go there right off of Route 9. So I'll conclude my comments with that. Thanks for the time, Mayor.
You're welcome. Mr. Dykoff?
Yes. So through this whole process, we've said all along that if the numbers didn't make sense, we wouldn't move forward. And we were gathering information, and at the end, at this point in time, the numbers didn't make sense. So we did exactly what we said we would do. We listened intently to people who were against, some who were for. We tried to educate as best we can, and unfortunately, our message didn't get across. I guess it gets across now that we care about this township, and we care about the financial stability of the township, and we know that at this point in time, based on the cost, interest rates, and other factors, that we could not move forward, and we wouldn't. What will happen in the future, I don't know, but we will make it a point to make sure that everyone is educated and informed one way or another. As many of you know, I'm very active on social media. I don't shy away from answering any questions. I try and be respectful, factual, and I will continue to do that. With that in mind, I want to thank Mr. McDonald for his time last year as the mayor. Because he did a great job, as you did previously, and I know he's happy to be sitting there, just listening. Mayor Giuliano. It's like deja vu all over again. And it kind of rolls off the tongue, doesn't it, Amy?
Very easily,
It's a lot easier than Mayor McDonald. I mean, just, Mayor Dykoff, forget about Curatolo. That makes it.
I wish it was
make
Smith
the tongue
sometimes.
tied. But Peggy Sue, good luck. I know you do a great job. We're here for you. Congratulations to Amy again. Congratulations to Veronica again. And congratulations to Senator Conyers. Thank you very much.
Mr. Kennis?
Thank you, Mayor. Okay, address some of the topics on the building. So currently, under our budgeting with Johnson Controls, we're working on a payment to Johnson Controls of about $3.2 million. The goal is to get to about $2.7 million. A payment of $3.2 million would equal $434 on a $550,000 assessment. It would, halve if your assessment was around $250,000 and go up to about $800 if your assessment was $1 million. This is for approximately a 51,000 square foot building, municipal building combined with the police station and a separate indoor rec center consisting of approximately 54,000 square feet. The indoor rec center would contain a 100 by 100 turf field and a gym with one regulation-sized basketball court subdividable into two smaller courts, plus classrooms. Sitting between the two buildings would be a great lawn, not unlike something you'd see at a college campus or like our Jones Road field, although better maintained. The reason why we chose P3 is because P3 is the best way to finance and construct a project like this due to the scale. There's more risk and onus on the developer in this scenario to perform. Doing a traditional design build, which is what we normally do in a township, puts a lot of pressure on the township to avoid overruns and design flaws. The current location of the town hall and police station, if left as is, results in a yearly loss of about $236,000 in property taxes. The estimated assessment for this property, if developed, is derived by splitting the assessments of the current Walters Apartments, which is $12 million, and the Wawa Shopping Center next door, about $4 million. That's about $1 million every 4 years. Money that should be going to offset costs both to our budget and, more importantly, to the school's budget. All my numbers have been verified through the tax assessor's office. No further comments.
Thank you, Mr. Kennis. Mr. McDonald?
Thanks. First, I want to thank this committee up here. Last year was tough, and each and every one of you had my back, and I appreciate that. It wasn't easy up here. Yeah, maybe we didn't do it the right way, but we did it the way I thought it should have been done. It's okay. With the tabling of this project, I am very concerned with what the tax rates are going to be in the future. As Mr. Kennis just explained, those would be helping us. Everybody wants lower taxes or stabilized taxes. When you have the amount of land that we have left, which is less than 100 acres, where a contractor or a developer can come in and plop down 60, 70 houses, that's all we have left. So one of the two things, either we grow or we rot. And I'm telling you right now, if you look around and you go to the towns where they're not developing, look and see what the biggest problems are. It's their tax rates. They're going through the roof. The state is pushing multi-unit developments. No question about that. Nobody likes it, but that's what the state's pushing, so that's what the developers develop, because it's easier to get through the state. So we're in a dilemma here right now. We have to make some very hard decisions going forward. Not the committee, the township, the people have got to make a decision. Do they want the higher taxes? Okay. If not, help us develop this town in the right way. This project was perfect. Mr. Kennis did an outstanding job. He and I worked on it for 4 years. I'm not upset about the fact that we're tabling, because I said from day one, if the numbers didn't work, we wouldn't do it. And we never made a decision on it. Yes, we spent $243,000. Well worth it, because we're now involved with some projects that may help us because of Johnson Controls. That's where we are. Mayor Giuliano, God bless you. Best of luck to you.
Thank you.
That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Mr. Kennis. Well, I'm just going to keep it very light and just let you know some good news, because I know there was some conversation out there, but our Vet Works has been officially moved over. Our DPW did all the transporting for them and helping them load and move everything into their new building. It looks great. Any of you vets out there that would like to just stop by and see their new building, I know they'll officially be there on Monday. Will be their first day that they'll be there officially. We're trying to get signage done for them and move ahead with that, so everything is done for their building. Maybe they don't want me to say this, but I'm going to address Mr. Bidnick as far as I appreciate your time putting this together, Mr. Bidnick, but as the attorney has says, we go by the book. We don't do anything around the book. We were allowed to do this, and we did this. I'm sorry it doesn't make you happy, you know, I can see that it annoys you, and you're entitled to that feeling. Just
honoring the terms of a gift.
Okay.
So
Well,
I would suggest that no one brings it into this town.
all right, just, the floor is closed, so let's just keep it that way. I'm trying to make it better because there's so much hostility. And as you can tell, we've also employed a police officer to be here in our building now. We've never had this for years and years. We've never had this. And I'm speaking for myself, that I felt very uncomfortable in the last couple meetings the way the tone was, and the accusations and the comments. So for me personally, as a woman, I asked my police chief to have a police officer here in the building while I'm here, because I was very, very uncomfortable with a lot of things that were going on at our last couple meetings. So I'm asking that we try as human beings. I talked about this on January 1st. We have to stop the fight. We have enough issues in this world that we have to fight, okay? We are supposed to be a town and work together. Yes, we're not perfect. We're far from it, far from it. But we have to work together to get things done. We're not, listen, we all live here, so we surely won't do things to hurt ourselves in this town, okay? It upsets me that people don't see that we're not doing anything that we're not supposed to be doing. I get confused by that. You vote us into this position to help run this town, and we're put here to make decisions that sometimes maybe you're not going to agree with, but that there are decisions that we have to make sometimes. They're not easy decisions. Listen, when we get to budgeting, it's a very difficult time. It really is whether or not I'm buying another fire truck or, another ambulance, whatever it is, it's very difficult. It's not easy. Sitting up here, believe me when I tell you, none of you want to be in our footsteps. Believe me when I tell you, because it's not an easy position. You don't, and people think it's just a part-time job. I haven't stopped since January 1st, and I enjoy every minute. This is not me saying anything negative. I'm enjoying every minute of it because I'm getting to meet more and more people while I'm out and about going to different things. But it's another job. It's a full-time job to be up here, and we're working hard. None of us take this lightly. I promise you that. I wish you all a wonderful new year. Be safe going home. Hopefully our temperatures don't drop down like they're saying, and everybody stay warm. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it. Make a motion.
Resolution.
Oh.
Resolution of Township of Lacey, County of Ocean, State of New Jersey, authorizing the convening of an executive session in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act.
Move it.
Second. Mr. Kennis?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald?
Yes.
Mr. Dykoff?
Yes.
Mr. Curatolo?
Yes.
Mayor Juliana?
Yes.
Motion to adjourn?
Move it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. No further business.
You like